This video will show you how to use the University of Melbourne temporal bone simulator to support surgical training for the CI532 electrode. Given that the CI532 is advanced out of a sheath that is introduced into the lower basal turn, excellent straight line visualization of the lower basal turn of the cochlea is required prior to its insertion. The sheath must be introduced in a manner that does not traumatize the cochlea. These considerations mean that there will be a much lower tolerance for poor visualization of the round window niche than might have been possible with other electrode designs. This simulation is designed to guide the surgeon through the process of preparing the facial recess and round window niche adequately to implant the CI532 safely. This simulation comprises two modes to allow surgeons to practice drilling prior to the insertion of the electrode with and without guidance. The first of these modes is the instruction mode, which will take you through the procedure with step-by-step advice. The real-time instructions will be provided in two forms: verbal advice that tells you what the next step is, and visual cues that accompany the verbal advice. Thin down the buttress slightly and delicately remove the bone along the course of the facial nerve. Depending on the nature of the step, the visual cues will differ. For example, if the next step of the procedure is to drill an area, that area will be highlighted in green. Alternatively, if the next step involves rotation of the bone or a change in the burr or magnification level, an animation will be provided to show you the target settings. Please wait for the animation to be completed before changing the settings. Rotate for a better view of the round window and promontory prior to performing the cochleostomy. Change burr size to fit between facial nerve and chorda tympani close to the midpoint of the buttress. Zoom in to get a better view of the round window niche. Drill a cochleostomy into scala tympani inferior to the round window membrane. The verbal advice will only be played once per step. If required, you can replay this advice by pressing R. Drill a cochleostomy into scala tympani inferior to the round window membrane. The instructions for the next step will be automatically triggered only once the current step has been completed. If required, the next step can be manually triggered by pressing N. Find the facial nerve and chorda tympani. You will be informed once all the steps of the procedure have been successfully completed. You have successfully completed the procedure. You can now place the electrode. Once the drilling has been completed, you will be able to place the electrode into the cochleostomy. To change the drill to an electrode, press E. Place the electrode in the right position using the haptic device, and press the dark grey button on the haptic device shaft to save it. The second mode is the practice mode that allows you to practice the procedure without real-time guidance. However, you can request summative feedback at the end of the procedure by pressing Q. This will show you the dissected bone with areas that require drilling highlighted in different colours. Each colour will be associated with an explanation at the bottom of the screen. You can press Q again to return to the practice mode and continue drilling if required. This process can be repeated until you are satisfied with your dissection.